Okay, welcome back to Schizophrenia, the Fight of the Telepath, episode 4. I'm doing this series all in one so that you can get the information you need and use it and change your life. Because schizophrenia is this society's answer to telepathy. They say, it's not real. Those voices in your head are you. You're crazy. That's not true. Those voices, each voice belongs to a different separate entity. Some of them are good, but most of them that you hear are not good because you're in a fight for your immortal soul. Because if they can convince you that you're crazy and get you to act upon their impulses, then you become one of them. They feed off of you for the rest of your life, and you end up spending eternity feeding off of other people like you. That's a form of vampirism or zombieism, if you want to call it. That's what it means to be a zombie or a vampire. You feed off of others. You stop generating your own energy and you start feeding off of somebody else's. And then your energy generation system breaks down and you're stuck feeding off of others eternally, becoming a dark entity. But all you have to do to avoid that fate is to decide within yourself that that's not for you. Because it is in deciding something that we make it real. Because we are telepathic, our thoughts have actual power. And our thoughts create our future, what we think we create. Now, that is true on all levels. Every living entity chooses 1,000 choices a day that decide their fate. We all create our own reality. However, a telepath has the ability to project your energy and affect your greater reality. It takes about 100 non-telepaths to create a single event that a single telepath can create without even thinking about it. That's how strong telepathy is. And once you, the telepath, decides something within yourself, there is no force in reality that can undo that decision but you. Oh, yeah, they will try. The harder you sustain yourself, the harder they will try because you're their food source and they need you to survive and you don't need them. So all you have to do is own your telepathy. Realize your true power. Create your space, your safe space. Decide your eternal moral character. Because once you decide your eternal moral character, whether that be dark, gray, or white, or light, you will solidify your inner matrix, and nothing outside of you will sway you from that path that you have chosen as a telepath. So, if you don't do anything, you will never gain your powers. You will always walk down the path of insanity, and you will be food for the darker entities, with the possibility of losing your immortal soul. Now, a person who is not telepathic doesn't have the same problem, because most of them don't believe in the eternal immortal soul. But as a telepath, you come into contact with eternal souls all the time, because telepathy creates it creates that eternalness. You become one with everything and everybody because you're connected through telepathy with everything. The energy field that creates all of reality is what you use as a form of communication. And that communication implies massive potential power. Money is nothing compared to what a telepath can do with a thought. And once you master that, solidify your inner being as to where you're going, then you have created a pathway for your future that all of those entities are exempt from swaying. You have a direction, a choice, a goal. You know who you are, what you're capable of, and where you're going. Once you focus yourself in that way, no matter what your path is. Now, you could be a doctor, a healer. You could be a scientist, an inventor. You could be an actress, a writer, anything that you choose, that your talents choose for you. Because as telepaths, we connect with our past life experiences and we gain knowledge of those past life talents that we have that were once skills. In one life, I was a ballerina, so I'm a hell of a dancer. In one life, I was a chef, so now I'm a really good cook. I've sang in multiple lifetimes, so I'm a really good singer. But being a telepath, I connected with all of these past life experiences and gained this power. And you can too, because you are that powerful of an entity. You are an eternal being now, who, once you decide your fate, whether you're going to go, which path you're going to take, because there really are only three paths, major paths that you can choose as a telepath. There's the dark way, the gray way, or the middle way, or the light way. I am personally in the path of the light, an extreme path, I must say. But I actually advocate for the gray path, the middle way, because that is much easier to attain and most people stay on that path. That's the best path for humanity to take, and that's why I advocate for that path. Because it's neither dark nor light, it's a combination of both. It's a yin and yang path. So once you choose which way you're going to go, morally, you'll start being able to, those things will go away once you realize who and what you are, and that you're having none of that. The very fact that you decide that you're done with that crap ends that crap, because you stop feeding it. As long as you're convinced that you're a schizophrenic, that you're crazy, that all those voices are yours, you are going to always be crazy and take those pills. Now, I don't suggest that you stop taking your pills, okay? Keep taking your pills. They will buffer you while you go through this process. Because you can build your walls, have them strong, you can fix yourself under the protection of the pills. And then emerge from the pills when your doctor tells you that you've stabilized and no longer need them. Okay? You can tell them that, okay, the voices don't bother me anymore. Because they won't bother you anymore because you got rid of them. And then you can stop taking your pills because you don't need them. Because you're a telepath, not a crazy schizophrenic. But it's because you took your pills, like the doctor said, and you dealt with your trauma, like the doctor said, but in a way that cures your trauma. Then you can emerge from under the protection of the pills fully protected from all dark entities. So take your pills and learn to be a telepath. And the first step to being a successful telepath is to choose your path. And that path will lead you to a safe way to negotiate your new reality. Because as a telepath, you have a new reality that you have to accept and actualize. Walking a path, no matter what that path is, will direct you. And then the next step to choosing your path, your moral standing. The next step will be to learn to calm your mind and meditate. That's what building this safe place is all about. Because it focuses your mind on the thing that you're actualizing and within yourself. Nobody can stop you because it's within yourself. And you can spend as much time as you need. Now, let me tell you, the minute you start trying to build that, they're going to bombard you. The more you fight them, the more they're going to fight back. So expect it. But put your fighting stance on, man. You're in a fight. But you have something they don't have. This is your body. This is your mind. This is your soul. And you alone are in control of it. Nobody can take control of your mind, body, or soul unless you let them. So, you stay firm in who you are. You can, if you need to, use your name as a mantra. You know, if you're so confused by all the different voices that are bombarding you, let your name be your mantra for now. Just say your name over and over. I am so-and-so, I am so-and-so, I am so-and-so. Because it's the repetition, it's the pattern of speech that is the mantra way that focuses your attention on the mantra, on the words. By focusing your attention on that one word or phrase, you can put a wall up around your mind. You focus, and nothing gets in. So focus on, I used to tell myself daydreams, stories. I'm an avid storyteller. I tell awesome stories. Because I always told myself a story. I would always be so busy with my storyline that nothing could bother me outside of my storyline. I guess that was one of my safe places. So create your safe patterns, whether it be meditation, mantras, music, exercise, anything, any word or activity that takes all of your attention, because the attention is the key. If you can focus your attention on a single thought, word, uh, image, idea, memory, person, as long as it's not abusive, let it be a loved one like a parent or a grandparent or a best friend, if you're going to use a person for that. But what you're doing, and the most important thing you're doing, is focusing your mind's attention. You're shielding yourself from all of those voices outside of your head by concentrating on that single thing, no matter what you decide that thing is going to be. I suggest start small. With that point of light, build your space. Make it your memory, your happy place. Because that's an exercise. And once you build that place and solidify it and go there and be comfortable with it, and then it's like, okay, this is boring, so I can add something else to it. Maybe a deceased relative can come visit you there. Or maybe it can be a fantasy of what you would like life to be like. And through this means, you will combat all the voices that are bombarding with you. So let your thoughts be clear, simple, concise, and of your own thinking. I'm going to say later now, because I never say goodbye. See you in a minute.